one second. Eating a late dinner. It's 1:10 in the morning. 1:11 now in the morning. So I just got home. So because I had an event to go to. Okay, but I'm gonna live react to the chapter. Basically, that's what this is. I took like 20 seconds to say that. Okay. So this chapter is called Atlas. I think I might have gotten spoiled on something that's gonna happen. I saw like a Chao Tzu meme with Atlas, so I assume she's gonna sacrifice herself or blow herself up or something. But yeah, just fun fact about me: Atlas is actually probably, you know how like Greek mythology, there's like a bunch of like famous like characters and in it and stuff. Atlas is actually probably my favorite of the whole like Greek mythos. I think. I mean I have to think about it a little more, but I'd say Atlas. At least very least Atlas is one of my favorites for sure. Him and Perseus. So. But yeah, we have Yamato and Denjiro. Okay. The daimyo of Kibi is Denjiro. Oh, okay. So he became a daimyo. Yeah, I mean he was technically he was a daimyo before though, right? Right. So. When he was known as Kyoshiro, wasn't he a daimyo? Or I forget, was he a daimyo or was he more like a? I'm forgetting when he was Kyoshiro. He was more like a gambling like hall. He wasn't like a daimyo, right? Or I know obviously he was like posing as one of like Kaido's lackeys, but anyway. You know, I gotta say though, like out of all the cover stories, like I mean, I love Wano and I love these characters, but this is probably the most uninteresting to me because all the other ones, it's like you see like like for instance, like Caesar Clown and the Germa Kingdom, right? Like you can kind of see like how they escaped from like there's events that you've already like things and events that like lead like can possibly lead like into the future, right? I'm not saying that's not necessarily the case here. I'm sure like there's gonna be something in this cover story series where like Yamato discovers something like crazy. I don't know if it's gonna be like what it is, but it could be like end game, like you know, important to the end game and stuff, right? Because like just exploring Wano when we've already done it with the Straw Hats is not the most interesting thing, you know. When I think about like other cover stories, like with I think Ace and like his travels was one. I was just explaining like the whole Cake Island and Germa thing. Jinbei also. Those were always like more interesting to me. But this one really isn't too interesting. But I mean, I still love Yamato as a character. So, Otis comment: I got a Rayquaza Somen slider kit. I've already sampled the cold noodles with Zera's. Something this elegant can't slide under the radar. Rayquaza Somen slider kit. I feel like Oda's a Rayquaza fan. He definitely likes Pokemon a lot. He's always talking about like Pokemon Go. Didn't he say like Zapdos or something like that the other like in one of these? Oh, it's like a car slide? Wait, but what the fuck? I thought this was like wait, didn't he say I've already sampled the cold it's wait. This looks like some fucking like Hot Wheels thing. My computer's being slow. Let me just open this on the Alright, now it's loading, but okay. Rayquaza. Oh, this is not. Oh, okay. Never mind. This isn't one. Soman Slider. Oh, so this is like a food thing. Oh, so this is like a this like you could it serves, I guess. Interesting. Very interesting. I didn't even know this was a thing. Because I know if like for sushi, like you have like the conveyor belts and stuff, right? But this looks like a more like a home thing where you can just like pick like noodles off it. I guess I don't know. It's weird, weird but interesting, huh? Okay, cool. 26 years ago, 26 years ago, Punk Hazard, a genius in his prime, Okay, so this is Punk Hazard. Yeah, so again, like you have the skull, like with the tusks and the horns and stuff. You know what? Now that I see this, this kind of reminds me of War Courier a little bit, right? I always thought this had something. I mean, like we know, like Kaido was at Punk Hazard before, right? Like he was like held there, and Vegapunk experimented on him and stuff. But interesting. And then it's important to see you see the Marine and the World Government like signs there. So, hmm. I implore you, Vegapunk, please aid us in our research. It is imperative that we study the Void Century. The world's history can't remain shrouded in darkness. 26 years ago. So, I mean, Robin is 31, so she must have been 4 back then. So, this is probably about like the O'Hara scholars that we're about to see. I guess we're about to see Clover again? Yeah, it is Clover. I thought so. Our research requires expertise in numerous fields. I work for the government now. I can't afford to leak my findings. Growl. Oh, a dragon. Yeah. So it was said that Vegapunk was experimenting on dragons, and dragons have always have like they've had a very large presence in One Piece. Like you had like the current like underneath, right? So I got something stuck in my teeth. You have like the current underneath, like where Fishman Island is. Like that's a phenomenon that's called after a dragon. You have Monkey D dragon, right? Kaido's fruit is a dragon, like a Siri fruit. It's a mythical zone. You know, you have there's a lot of like dragons that are in One Piece, and they clearly mean something in the mythos. I remember if you remember Volume 2, Otis said like he wants to meet the person who created dragons or created the concept of a dragon because he said like dragons are the closest thing to God, right? So I wonder like if he's gonna make like a good like a character who's like who's an ally who is a dragon, and I wonder if that has anything to do with like Nika or like his version of God because I always say like there's some sort of like godlike power in One Piece. It's if that isn't I assume that like whatever that is going to be like One Piece itself. Okay, there's something stuck in the top of my roof, so sorry if that's kind of nasty, but I need to get it out. Um, but yeah, dude, Punk Hazard. But it's interesting, like Vegapunk was like developing dragons on Punk Hazard, right? I wonder, did he potentially use Kaido's Devil Fruit to help make that? I wonder. How many times have they caught you anyway? Open your eyes. Can't you see why they keep letting you go free? They're hoping to flush out your allies. Stand down. Let the past remain shrouded. You won't find the answer to good and evil in a bunch of old stories. So Clover has been caught many times over, and then the... That's strange, though. Okay, no, well, no, to flush out his allies. Okay, yeah, sorry, I needed to, like, digest enough. I was always gonna say, like, if someone's researching the Void Century, it would be very much in the world government's interest to like flush them out like immediately and quickly. But as Vegapunk is saying here, they are hoping to flush out his allies by letting him go. But it's weird, like how do they know that he has allies, right? That's the other thing I'd want to know. How would the world government know he has allies? Like why would they assume like he's not working like on his own or like with someone, right? How do they know he's not working alone, right? So I think that would need an explanation there, but the plan itself makes sense. Once knew someone who carried a D in their name. He was killed right in front of me. We grew up together. He was my big brother. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Clover is a okay. Is so? Is he say is Clover a D? Or is like this big brother? Is it like metaphorical? Like a I once knew someone who carried a D in their name. He was killed right in front of me. We grew up together. He was my so big brother by blood or big brother by like adoption. He was my big brother. What was his name? My real name is Clown D. Clover. My real name is Clown D. Clover. Is Clover alive? My real name is Clown. This sounds like an Irish name, D. Clover. We were only friends. On that day, I lied to save myself. Okay, so I assume these hats that we're seeing are like CP, like a CP unit. So and like similar to like the CP unit that was like that helped wipe out O'Hara, and you have like CP0 now here on Egghead. I assume this is a cipher pole unit that like killed his big brother. Chulainn. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it sounds Irish. Like you have like four leaf clover, right? That's Irish too. Huh. Why? How does Oda come up with like these D names? That's what I'm trying to find the pattern in the D names, right? So I'll tell you one thing, right? I'm rereading Egghead, and I'm trying to like understand Oda's brain and see like what his themes and his motifs are. I'm trying to understand like the motifs or his way of thinking. And there's one thing I caught. So this concept of like erasing history, right? Or like hiding history, right? I realize now that this is like in the series, this is a metaphor for like sinking things. This is not like what I'm saying is like the most is not the profound thing, right? But I was watching Leloucha Kingdom's destruction again, right? And if you remember like what the Gorosei were saying like over the microphone, no, sorry, not the microphone, the well, it is a microphone, but it's like a communication device, but the Denden Mushi, right, the transponder snail, when they were talking to the Marines, they were saying like you did not see an island, the kingdom of Leloucha never existed, right? So there's this concept with the Gorosei and Im of like trying to erase history, right? And then obviously in the last couple of chapters, we saw Vegapunk say like, you know, they were able to have like hide the Void Sentry because of this great ecological system, and if they sunk Leloucha like in the bottom of the ocean, right? And similarly, like a similar like event happened like back in the Void Century, which caused like for it to be hidden, but it was on a much grander scale. And we know that those remains are at the bottom of the sea, right? Then you can see like what Oda's trying to say is that hiding history is like hiding is what he means is like hiding it like under the sea, like at the bottom of the sea, like where pressure is at its highest. Normal humans can't reach the bottom of the ocean. No one would be able to like see it, right? That's what's happening here. And so I made that connection, right? Like to hide history in One Piece is to like sink it to the bottom of the ocean, right? And then like again, like even like when we saw when Im was introduced, right? When he or she first sat on the empty throne, um, remember how yeah, it was Mars. He was saying like, or Venus, one of them two. I forget who, one of them two. They were saying like which light should be struck from history. You know what I'm saying? So there's this concept of like obscuring and hiding history that they've been doing for a while, and I know, and I, like obviously like you pick up on it or like the phrase, but what that actually means or like how they do it is something else, right? So similarly, like I'm trying to like figure out like with the D carriers here, like what that naming scheme is like I like how did we come to like gold, right? Why like an Irish name here in Cloum? Like how why monkey and jaguar and not like shark and giraffe or something? You know what I'm saying? Like how are these like names thought up of like portgas? Like what the fuck's a portgas, right? What is the connection between all these things? Like how did he come up with them? You know? So the Will of D, like Cloum and I mean, we know that the Will of D started with Lily, right? And I assume the Will of D was started because of like Joy Boy's defeat, right? And I guess the Will of D also ties. I mean, we not that I guess, but we know that it ties in with the ancient weapons and One Piece and the Void Sentry and all that. But what exactly that relationship is, we don't know, right? But the Will of D, like it's so interesting, you know. My real name is Cloum D Clover. On that day, I lied to say. So Clover is a D. So here's the one thing about Ds, right? Ds are always known for like guiding human history, and I've always said this, right? If you remember the poneglyph on Shandora, like when Robin translated it, what she said was that if you remember her first lines, we are the ones that weave history, right? So somehow D's like they weave history, right? So that's how I always thought, like, you know, like they're responsible for like major like big events in the world of One Piece, right? So like Clover being a D actually makes sense because he was the lead researcher of the O'Hara incident, right? Law being a D makes sense because he has the Ope Ope no Mi, right? Luffy being a D makes sense because he's gonna be king of the pirates, right? So there's all like the like when you're a D, like Jaguar D Saul, right? Saul being a D makes sense because like his actions allow for the text of Ohara to survive, and it's going to lead to something in the future where the world government's going to be taken down, you know. So the D's are always like responsible for having some action in like that shapes the fate and the history of the One Piece world, you know. And it's kind of like maybe a little easy to say someone like Whitebeard's a D. I don't think Whitebeard's a D. I don't think Shanks is a D because you know celestial dragons and D's they don't mix unless you're Lily. So it's like it's kind of interesting to like figure out like who is a D and who is not, right? But I think like Clover being a D makes a lot of sense. But here's the thing: when the D's die, right? They smile, as we saw with Roger, as we saw with Ace, right? We never saw like Clover smiling at his death or like at his disappearance. So is this man dead or not? I I'm really starting to, like now that he said he's a D, I'm starting to believe Clover is not dead. I really feel Clover's not dead. Tell me, how am I meant to accept a world where you can die just for having the wrong name? Yeah, it's true. My name is Chulainn D. Clover. Clover is a D. He's alive. Like Roger was the king of the pirates. Sebek aimed to be king of the world. Like you see, like these were like global world events, you know. And the reason I mentioned Whitebeard is because of the Battle of Marineford. But you know, if anything, Blackbeard being there and being a part of that, you know, just shows that he's a D too. So Chulainn D. Clover, man. History will continue to be suppressed, and the people will never know. I'll forget about what you just told me, but I'm afraid I can't help you. Do your best to stay safe. Vegapunk, the voices of the past call out to you. Just wait. I'll solve this puzzle, and when I do, you won't be able to ignore them. Yeah, he did solve it eventually. He found out the name of an ancient kingdom. Did you hear of the ancient civilization? Did you hear the news from the 22 years ago now? So 4 years later, did you hear the news from the West Blue? Ohara came face to face with a bustard call. Take a look. It's the biggest massacre ever. They finally got the archaeologist Clover, Shuroro, yeah, fucking Caesar clown, messed up individual. That's what happens when you look into the Void Century. No one's gonna make that mistake again. I implore you, Vegapunk. Oh, it looks like some brat survived. Oh, here's here's Vegapunk noticing Robin. You mustn't. You must have had a chance to escape, Clover. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? I feel like he. I mean, but see, that's the thing. Like, Dragon and him came with flowers, but come on, bro. Like, Clover. Here's the books. You chose death. Was passing on your research that important? No, he's alive, dude. I gotta believe Clover's alive because the whole D smiling with the like dying with a smile on their face. Like, come on, man. I really feel Clover's alive. You chose death. Was passing on your research that important? You fools, did you really expect someone to be curious enough to follow in your footsteps after this? Well, clearly you did. So I guess like Vegapunk was motivated by Clover's quote unquote death, right? Bzz. Bzz. Someone once told me that the voices of the past call out to you. History is written by the victors. You know, the first time I heard this phrase, history is written by the victors, I think that was written by, or the first time I heard that phrase was in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I think General Shepard, who was the main antagonist of that game, said that, or was it Captain Price? One of them two said it. I forget who, but that was the first time I heard that line, which was in 2009. History is written by the victors. And now I'm also thinking about Doflamingo's line in Jaya, where he's like, those who are victorious or those who win are justice or create justice, you know? So it's kind of like a parallel of like what Doflamingo was saying. And and the words of the vanquished are usually cast into a deep, dark ocean. This is exactly what I'm saying. And we see Zeph. Wow, look at Zeph. Damn, this is what I was saying at the beginning. The words of the vanquished are usually like with the defeated, hiding history. It goes to the bottom of the sea. That being said, their truth can still come to light if the oppressed carry it on their backs and endure. Endure. Tequila Wolf, yeah. Here's Tequila Wolf, and here's Robin. So now you gotta wonder like why they're building Tequila Wolf, right? I wonder if they're building Tequila Wolf because like if his goal, his or her goal is to sink the ocean for whatever reason, right? Maybe Tequila Wolf is built as a manner to like navigate the world like post flooding, right? Or post flooding because the world the sea level's rising, right? So hey, what are you deep? Wait, hey, what are you doing? For my part, I am leaving this to the world. Hurry and blast off. For my part, I am leaving this to the world. Hurry and blast off. It's no good, we can't. That old centaur is going to keep attacking. We're finished if he does. This ship can only fly for a kilometer. If the Jesus disrupts our trajectory even a little, we won't make it. Yeah, I mean, it's clear that, like, so I think it's pretty obvious that admirals are below the Gorosei. But I believe the Gorosei are still weaker than the Emperors. I don't think like Luffy can beat one of these Gorosei on his own. Maybe he can beat Saturn, maybe, depending on like the showings that we've seen. But I don't believe like Luffy can. I don't even think that Zoro can um, beat Nustro right now. I'm saying right now. Maybe in the future, obviously, but the wind's blowing north, and that's reducing our lift. Any further jolts will make us fall short of our projected landing zone. According to my calculations, if we miss the ocean, our damages will be critical. We have to get rid of him first. What? Damn, nice ass, Lilith. What the fuck, Lilith? Huh? Wait, so damn, she punched the shit out of. Oh, she punched Lilith. Oh, so Alice punched Lilith. Huh? Atlas? You, why'd you do that to Lilith? Snap. I'll leave her in your hands. Take off. I'll make sure you make it in one piece. Badumps. What are you talking about? Lilith's axis has been severed. Atlas is the only one left. Take Lilith inside, Zoro. Got it. Atlas, you've got to explain. Damn, look at Nustro. Look at Venus's face. Take Lilith inside, Zoro. Got it. Atlas, you've got to explain. Lilith's axis has been severed. Atlas is the only one left. Yeah. Let's go, Jinbei. We regret it. We regret it if we hesitated now. Do it, Brook. Yeah. Look at Jinbei. Jinbei is so great, man. No hesitation. Right away, Zoro-san. Whoosh. Kude. Oh, no. Atlas's arm. Damn. Burst. Damn. This broadcast of mine. I'm praying that this message gets transmitted safely. Whoa. Vice Admiral Hound, sir, what is this? There's a snake, a boar, a bird, and now a robot. There's a snake. So the snake, I guess, is Jupiter, a boar, Workiri, a bird who is Mars, and now the robot who is Emmett. Where did these giant creatures come from? Vice Admiral Houndstar, what is this? I honestly don't have the faintest idea. It's the huge robo, an iron giant. So, oh yeah, a giant, an iron giant, like a machine giant, right? That's interesting, yeah, because like now that you see about like their helmets, like some of them have horned ones, right? Like the Jarls. Remember, like in Big Mom's flashback, like the two Jarls, that's how you say it? Jarl from the past. Vikings are known to have like horned helmets, and you see something similar here. That's interesting. I wonder. It's the huge robo, an iron giant. Joy Boy, I'm happy we got to meet again. Oh damn! Look, Jupiter's behind them. Over here, you. I realize it would be foolish to blindly thrust in a once. I would realize it would be foolish to blindly trust in a one-sided account of a 900-year-old battle. I came like before. Your enemy is my enemy. I am glad. Yeah, so Emmett is Joy Boy's friend. That's nice. I realize it would be foolish to blindly trust in a one-sided account of a 900-year-old battle. Okay, so I guess this is like still part of Vegapunk's comments. I can fight for you again, Joy Boy. You can talk, that's so cool. I will protect you from danger, Joy Boy. We must pound them to dust. It seems Vegapunk's speech is all but over. No, I feel like there's one more thing to be revealed. I can fight for you again, Joy Boy. Let's go. Hey, Straw Hat, is he a friend? Not really. He was saying something about protecting some guy called Joy Boy. Who even is that? See, once again, like Oda always makes sure to show that Luffy doesn't care about um, the past, right? Let's go. Hey, Straw Hat, is he a friend? It talked. We didn't hear a thing. Whoa, really? Huh? So Emmett was using the voice of all things. I can fight for you again, Joy Boy. Enough chit chat. Shoot, we can't let them get away. Yes, ma'am. But I think we should be able to scrutinize and learn about the past from every perspective possible. I only wish I had more time. Roar, ka-ching. Is he getting ready to use Gum Gum Pistol? That looks like the Gum Gum Pistol motion. But there are those who cannot be stopped. Damn. You can tell Oda had a lot of fun drawing this giant. It's ready to fire. What's gonna come out? Uh-oh. What? Watch out, robot. Oh, damn. Jupiter took a bite out of him. Fuck. That sucks. Whoa, robot. It seems the last 900 years have rendered those weapons inoperable. Peter, crush them where they stand. End this transmission once and for all. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, the transponder snail is still in the robot. Crush them where they stand. I will not let you escape. Ah, Kuma, Bonnie, huh? That's the Sunny, and hold on tight. We're going down. Oh, it's gonna land on Saturn. Are you gonna make it? So you mean to make a grand sacrifice of yourself? Nah, I'm just lending a hand. Oh shit! Yeah, the Chao Tzu meme. She blew herself up. Damn. Oh shit! Like a big ass page. 25 years ago, the pirate Goldie Roger. We're gonna make it. It only worked because of you, right, Atlas? Achieved the unprecedented by circumnavigating the globe. I have no doubt they heard the whole thing. Atlas' signal is gone. It's finally happened. I'm the last Vegapunk. No, not quite. Damn. Look at Vegapunk, or like Venus. So like similar to what we saw with Saturn, like when he got stabbed, they can regenerate their wounds. I'm the last Vegapunk. Crackle, crackle. That sounds like fire or like electricity, right? I'm the last Vegapunk. No, not quite. We have let you say far too much, Stella. Indeed. This is the end. Oh my, I really rusted away. This is the time you spoke of, right, Joy Boy? Can I use it? They must have heard the voices of the past from the purest source possible. I am confident you all have all come to the same conclusion at this point, and I anticipate that is what will ultimately determine how things transpire in the future. Wait, what was that? Did he say Gold D? Color and cover spread next issue. A visionary envisions the future. Weird, man. Achieve. I have no doubt they heard the whole thing. I'm just reading Vegapunk's message again. They must have heard the voices of the past from the purest source possible. Yeah, the Poneglyphs, One Piece, and as we know with Odin, and as we know with like Whitebeard's speech, the Will of D, the ancient weapons, the Void Sentry, and One Piece. Those four things are all connected. So I'm confident you have all come to the same conclusion at this point, and I anticipate that that is what will ultimately determine how things transpire in the future. So the thing that got messed up in Vegapunk's message was something about the D's. Among the D, there's like a special thing. So, and that's the end of the chapter. So Clover is a D. Yeah, I like these comments like Atlas is a goat. She is a goat. Damn. Atlas and Shaka were the goats, man. Well, actually, no, all of them were great. What am I saying? Yeah, even York, even though she's the traitor, you know? Yeah, Shaka was goat, Lilith was goat, Edison was goat, Pythagoras was goat, right? Atlas was goat, and yeah, even York was goat. So, well, York is probably my least favorite of them, but yeah, not because she's a villain. Like even before she was a villain, she's probably my least favorite. So it looks like Jupiter like eats shit, right? And you know what's so funny, right? Is like these guys are in their like full zone form, but like Venustro is the one who's like in his hybrid zone form. You know, I wonder. Like this is like I'm assuming Saturn is in his um I don't know, is this Saturn's like actual like his full zone form, his hybrid one? I assume it's his hybrid one, right? I assume it's a Saturn's hybrid form, so yeah, but they're all demons. They're all based off of like yokai, you know? Or like demons and like monsters. So Climo D Clover. So let's take a look at the Will of D carriers, right? Climo. Like, what does that mean? Climo D Clover. Cliome. I'll definitely have to read like the official translation for this. Carriers of the initial D. Cliome. You know, now that I think about it, the world, right? Like I have to imagine like whatever One Piece is gives you godlike power. And I'm just thinking about what Van Alger said to Saturn when him and fuck is her name? Katarina Devon. Like Katarina Devon stole his identity, right? So that's the thing. Like she stole Saturn's identity. They have a yeah, actually the Blackbeard like now they have like a Gorosei like yeah, man, that's crazy. They can actually do a lot with that. So you have Goal, you have Portgas, you have Monkey, you have Nefertari, right? So there's a bunch of like different like Nefertari's like Egyptian, right? Rocks, Trafalgar. Yeah, these names are all just like very like historical and like British almost, you know? Marshall and Trafalgar, Rocks, Jaguar, Monkey, Gold, Portgas, like what in the hell, man? This is so weird. In a good way. Clover was a D. Interesting. Weird. So Vivi is a D. That means like Vivi's gonna be like now that I'm thinking, of course, like it makes sense now. Vivi's gonna be integral like to the because like if Lily was the first D, then Vivi's gonna I assume like follow in her footsteps, right? Is it possible like whatever Joy Boy's real name was is like he was like a monkey, maybe, right? Potentially, I don't know. I just want to know like how Nika like comes into all this, right? Like why like Nika existed before Joy Boy, right? So why is Nika's like if the Void Sentry happened then like why is like Joy Boy is the world government's enemy, but it sounds like Nika is as well. Huh. Cool. I mean that's really the end of the chapter. And do we have a break next week? I think I saw that, right? But it looks like the robot, like Emmett's gonna be unfortunately like done for, right? This is the time you spoke of, right, Joy Boy? Can I use it? I guess like whatever he's gonna use, like it's in like in his like little backpack or whatever, like in his X. See, the thing is, like Emmett had like a sword sticking out of him when we first saw him, right? Or when we first saw it. I'm gonna say him. Um, where's Zanisha? Also, yeah, where is Zanisha? That's the thing. Where the fuck is Zanisha? I just realized that. I'm just looking on the wiki. I forgot where Zunisha is. Zunisha is seen listening to Vegapunk's broadcast. Wait, what? Really? That was it? But did he at Egghead, or wasn't he making his way to Egghead, right? Fuck my... Okay. I was gonna say my mouse got trapped there. Let me go to chapter 115. Yeah, so when we learned about the continental fragments. So continental fragments, like I said, like, yeah, Pangaea Castle, which is where, like, Eamon all of them are. I could have sworn Zunisha was at, like, Zoe, though. Or, like, Zunisha was at Egghead, sorry. Not at Zoe. But... Weird. Alright. I mean, I didn't see, actually, Zunisha in here at all. Let me see. Let me see if I can find him. Or her. It's a him, right? We've heard Zanisha's voice before, actually, so... I forget if it was like a boy or a girl in the... Okay, yeah, here we go with Joy Boy's defeat. So these were Joy Boy's comrades, right? Emmett and Zunisha. All named after like gods, right? Zunisha's like Ganesha, and then Emmett's like a biblical name. So, my theory was that these were like sort of Joy Boy's crewmates, right? I don't think he was like a single pirate like Mihawk. Like if Joy was a pirate, then I'm sure like he amassed a crew. So I'm assuming Zanisha and Emmett were like part of his crew, and then somehow like they some shit happened, and then they were forced to not do anything anymore. But anyway, yeah, weird, really weird. I swore like I really thought Zanisha was at like Egghead before this though. Yeah. Okay, anyway, I don't want to make this video any longer than it is, but yeah, interesting. Like Clover's a D. Clover's a fucking D, man. That's awesome. You know? Clover is a fucking D. Anyway, I'm gonna call it quits here. It is 2 o'clock in the morning, and I do have to work a little bit tomorrow, so yeah. But yeah, cool. All right. I don't really have anything else, but yeah, Clover's a D. I really want to see if I can like figure out like the pattern of like how Oda decides to like how he comes up with like the D names, because I think there's got to be like some like connection between them, right? I mean, obviously there are things that he likes, but Clown D Clover sounds like an Irish name, and then a four-leaf clover is supposed to be like an Irish symbol, so I assume like if there was like a sort of Vivic card for Clover, like, and if it was like his nationality, he would be Irish. So, Clown D Clover, interesting. Okay, anyway, that's it for this video. thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. So have a good one. Take care.